What's going on, shipmates? We are back at it. We are at Apex this time. There's finally been an update. We have a new rotation of Mimic SSRs. Um, as you guys know, the half year anniversary, the fall festival event is still going on. And then that's really about it. So this video shouldn't be too long. I'm going to do a quick detour and kind of just show you guys an update on my team. So you might want to skip ahead of like a couple minutes and then I can get into like the regular review stuff. But I'll start off with that. So as you can see here, I did get Blicket. I did summon for her. So that puts me, as you saw, about 7.8 million CP now. So what I did is I did get her and I chose Lorraine just because she was the easiest one that I could start up and kind of get fully kind of leveled up the quickest. So that's who I picked. And as you can see here, she's she is fourth out of my team as far as like overall combat power. As you can see here, of course, Katia is number one at 1.1 mil, not far behind, but she's at pretty much at 1 mil even. And the other ones here in between. So what I did was I'm still working on star breaking through her. I want to get her the same level as Katia, as far as star and stuff like that. I just need a little bit more focus on, of course, her weapon. I just have like this one where Katia has a higher tier weapon. And then just some of the other stuff, kind of like the core, the rank, getting that up. Of course, takes a little bit longer once we get to this type of level breakthrough, is getting this actual Rainbow Star version. This takes a lot longer. So that's just kind of what I'm working on next. So just a kind of quick little sidestep there for you guys who are just interested in kind of how I'm working my team. All right, now back into it. Let's check out the half year anniversary. This is what's going on now. So we have Treasure Roulette is open for another 2 days here. And then we're going to have lucky numbers coming in. The summoning is over. You have the artifact summon still going on for 12 days, but the pet here, this event is over. The summoning they had featured, that's over. Still 13 days left in the event. So pretty much all that's left is open now is the sign-in perks. You still have some stuff here to collect. Not bad, not too bad. I mean, you got some weapon tickets. That's always good to have and build up. And then of course you have the exchange store, which is here. And you can always go in here and get all that stuff as well. We have Maple Leaf Battle is open now, which pretty much you go in. It pretty much gives you a list, or kind of like a list of different stellars to choose from. They're all max level, and then you just try to pick the best team to beat the challenge. It's going to be either a type of element or something like that, or the boss is going to have certain effects of stuff like that. Maybe it's starting off with shields or something like that. So as you go through unlocking all these, you'll get rewards. Same as the last kind of event they had something similar to that with that spooky one, that Halloween one we had. So just pretty much the same thing. All that's going on now. Now, when it comes to the mimics, ooh, excuse me, that came out of nowhere. So we got Star Map and Star Sea Echo going on. So Star Map, this is here. So we have Flora. This one now. Keynotes. This is a separate Mimic SSR banner than the one that we've had, where it has like both of them combined, the URs and the SSRs. So key things with this one has a wish list. So this one pretty much is back. We had this a little while ago and they brought it back. So this one you can go through. As you can see here, these are all the ones you can pick from. If you want to try to get someone specific, for example, Icarus or something like that, you can pick them. And this will be featured. This is here for 11 more days, about 2 more weeks you can go through. Now, the difference is, unfortunately, if you have on the other banner, maybe you only have like 100 more summons to get the pity on whoever's featured. This one is a totally separate banner, so it's back at the 250. So that's going to be a little bit different, and it's not shared between. So if you're at 200 here, summon 100, the other banner is still going to be at the 250 or whatever other pity or whatever summons you had left until you hit the pity or the guarantee summon for the stellar. So that's what's going on here. Maybe, like I said, the only really reason I would probably go for this one is if there's somebody really specific you want to go after. Like I said, somebody you've been trying to, or you've been saving up for and you have enough, but you don't want to hit all 250, just kind of waiting. You can always go to here to this wish list, select it, and then go for them in this one. This one has the sign-in fund, so you can get 7 tickets from that. And then the regular boss event challenge there. Now, let's go into the actual UR mimics. So we do have 3 new ones that are featured here this week. Sign-in is the same. They have that one. We have the Star C tickets in this one. This is going to be the zones is the boss challenge for this one. Echo Quest is the same. And the 3 that we have is Victoria, Wills, and Meave. So we're going to start with Victoria. I'm going to do a quick little overview of their UR versions. I'll leave the SSRs to you if you want to kind of look over that again, or if you want to go through my channel. I do have these already reviewed, the SSR mimics, when they were featured the first time. So Scorch Mark Victoria, here we go. Shield, Tank, Protect. Dope. I love that the artwork of the URs, they've upgraded it so much better. Anyway, moving on. So here we go. Skill 1 gains 2 turn mark and a 2 turn shield equal to 17.5% of her max HP. Then applies a 3 turn final damage reduction level 5 to all allies. That's not bad. So the final damage reduction here to the left, 35% final damage reduction. And the final damage is actual final damage that you would be taking to actually knock out the unit or the stellar. All right, so this is the passive regular, 50% in attack, 40% HP, more damage reduction, 12.5%, and then shield effect plus 20, which is good because she's a tank. So active support here, 3rd skill, apply 2 turn shield to all allies. Each ally gains a shield equal to 20% of Victoria's max HP. If Victoria has full stacks of rock, the shield value increases to 2% of Scorch Mark Victoria's max HP. I'm guessing that's an additional 2%. It wouldn't make sense for it to be just 2%. All right, so that was the 3rd final skill here we're looking at the start of the battle. For every assaulter, Scorch Mark Victoria gains 2 stacks of rock. So there's the rock. For every devastator, she gains 1 stack of rock. When any ally unit other than Victoria takes damage and their HP falls below 50%, they are guaranteed a permanent shield equal to 60% of Victoria's max HP. That's great because Victoria, as a tank, base attributes of HP is already going to be higher than your average other stellars. So each unit can only trigger this effect once, with a maximum of 1 unit triggering a single battle. If Scorch Mark Victoria has full stacks of rock, the number of units that can trigger this shield increases by 1. And then rock here to the top left increases physical damage reduction by 10% and energy damage reduction by 5%. Stacks up to 6 times. So, not bad. Definitely good tank. Definitely, if you do get her for whatever reason, add her to your squad. Definitely focusing on just increasing that HP as much as possible for her to stay as long as possible in the fight, and just giving her buffs a greater effect. All right, next one. Let's check out Willis. You are Shadow Flow Wills. I don't want to say, I kept saying Willis, that's weird. So we got HP steal, crit, damage boost, back row damage. This one's going to be interesting. Let's take a look. All right, so first one here, physical damage equal to 100% of attack to all enemies. So full AoE, which is always nice. Applies final damage increase level 4, interesting, and crit damage level 6, wow. To allies in the back row for 2 turns. If the ally already has crit damage, additionally applies attack increase level 4 for 2 turns. All right, so final damage level 4, all these stats are here to the left. So final damage level 4 is 25% increase. The crit level 6 is 60%, which is a lot. That's awesome. And then the attack promotion, if it happens, is 25% increase. Not bad. And then it's always good for the back row because most of the time the way you have you set up your team is you're going to have your tank high HP in the front and some of your higher and support units in that back row. So giving them more attack buff is great. Third skill here, 50% HP, 40%. I'm sorry, 50% attack, 40% HP, damage bonus 30%. All right, here we go. Active attack deals physical damage equal to 240% of the caster's attack to a single enemy. This skill is guaranteed to land a crit and grants 45% damage bonus. Interesting. So, if that's okay, I wonder something to. I'm not. It doesn't really define it, but if it's crit damage level 6 to allies in the back, I'm guessing it says allies, so I'm guessing it excludes herself, so it wouldn't matter. But 45% damage bonus to land in a crit hit. I would definitely focus on crit for this unit. Last skill here we're looking at. Increases Shadow Flow Wheels damage by 25%. When Wheels is present, grants an HP steal aura. All of our allies receive 20% HP steal. If multiple aura skills provide the same attribute, only the highest one takes effect. This effect cannot be dispelled, does not appear on the buff page, and is removed as stellars with this aura die. So the last skill is just an aura effect, which is HP steal aura, which is always great too because you want to keep your team alive as possible. So not bad, decent skills. I definitely like the crit. That's always a good tactic to use if you're starting out creating your teams, is to have a crit based team or have a couple of units damage wise, or in this case she's a little bit of support as well, but damage boosting as well, but having that higher attack and then giving them the crit bonus, crit rate, crit damage, all that good stuff stacks up pretty well, doing high amounts of attack. All right, and then last here we have you are Vilglor Mave. Hopefully I said that right. Anyway, counter erosion, counter combo, healing and recovery. Looks like we got a support unit here. Maybe even a healer, looks like. All right, so let's check it out. First skill, active heal. Heals all allies for 12.5% of max HP. There we go. Grants the target's armor increase level 3, which is 25% increase for 2 turns. If Meve has 2 or more stacks of erosion or 2 or more stacks of poison on herself, she further heals the 3 allies with the lowest HP percentage for 25% of her max HP. So another unit, another skill, another tactic to have of having this unit have the highest HP as possible. Passive regular, 40% in attack, 50% HP. There we go. Healing effect, 30%, right? Those are all working with her skills. All right, third one here. Heals the 2 allies with the lowest HP percentage for 25% of max HP again. Not bad. If there are 3 enemies triggering a combo between her 2 actions, heals the ally with the lowest HP percentage for 60% of Mi's max HP. So as you can see here, there's a lot of max HP healing, shield giving, stuff like that. So definitely, like I said, once again, just focusing on increasing that HP as high as possible. And we got passive regular, last skill here. Takes 40% less combo damage and 40% less damage over time when self is on the field. Allies excluding self take 20% less combo damage and 20% less damage over time. Aura skill. If aura skill has the same attribute. Okay, that's just the same as last. Okay, so not bad. So essentially, she's a healer slash support counter combo that's mentioned in one of the skills, and healing and recovery. That's what she's focusing on. Maeve here does healing, max HP heal, damage reduction. Or I'm sorry, was it? Yeah, less combo, 40% less combo damage, damage over time, stuff like that. Yeah, so not bad. I mean, if you're looking for a decent healer, she's a little bit more well-rounded, doing other things and other than just healing. That's kind of what you want to look for. In any units, any stellars that you're using in your team, is having them do multiple roles if possible. So not bad, not bad. All right, so those are the 3. That's it. That's all we're doing and covering for now. Me personally, I've always liked Victoria. Her Mimic SSR was always good. As far as just tank and shield and stuff like that. So I might, if we'll only have 8 tickets, so maybe not for the URs. I tried to get UR Katia, I believe, or Blicky, I can't remember the last video, and did not get that, did not happen. So other than that, shipmates, thanks for watching, thanks for checking in. Other than that, there's not too much else going on in this game. I've done a lot of covering as far as like patrols, not patrols, but just like the daily stuff, things like that. So I'm kind of like resorting this is just like kind of weekly updates, not too much else going on. So it gets kind of repetitive kind of easily. It's because all we have really going on right now is just the mimic URs that we got here featured. Not bad, 3 at a time, but it's a lot to chase after when you can only get the tickets very minimally. So wish they would change that up a little bit because they do last a while. I think it's like what, 2 weeks or something like that. Meve is here. It says 2 more days, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, shipmates. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any other questions I can go over. If it's enough, I'll make a video. If not, I can answer it right there in the comments. But anyway, appreciate everything you guys have done. That's about it. Fair winds and following seas. See y'all next time.